a project that you did, or the solution you came up with. This was your solution. So you have 3 minutes to do it. You can do it on the table or the floor, wherever you like. I can't have you recording this. I'm sorry. Thank you. So go ahead and start now. Thank you. Don't use this. No, boy, I did it out of Legos.
Because it's there's not enough opportunity. I'd like to say that Lego is the plural of singular. So
Yes.
Legos is technically correct. So we have this thing. It can be like the base of
Yeah.
Lego. So we have to make this is the base. I want to say the same. I know.
You want this piece.
So this is gonna be the. This is gonna be the jig to top the hat. Excuse me, I would like to ask some more bricks.
I don't have any more. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
wish I did.
We're trying our best to make it. but
Yep, that's okay.
We're not gonna be able to make a perfect dome.
No, and I don't expect it to be perfect.
Should we have it like outside the room?
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah.
We should be.
And then we get.
I'm giving you 2x2s.
No, this has to be like this.
1x4.
And then we have a 4. We need two 2x2s.
Matthew,
Should I
keep finding the
Okay.
These are
graph and I will do this.
Yeah.
One,
There we go. Now I'm gonna go there. This one will go here.
2x2.
Do you have another 1x3 brick, please?
Oh no! Oh, we have this one. We have this one. This and then this. So this and then this. So we have
Let's
this.
start working on the
2x2.
dome
2x2. 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 2x2.
Now we can know.
2x2.
Yeah, now.
2x2.
Yeah, I think this is good.
2x3.
I think we should go before we did.
You know, we should go down a little bit.
2x10.
Go down a little bit.
That's good.
So let's just.
2x2.
Can we keep some of the pieces? Oh, wait.
It's like, can we keep some of the pieces?
Either. Okay, plan B.
Okay, that's fine. Me.
Just in case.
Oh,
Okay, great. You want to put it up here on the table and tell us about it?
our project.
Just about what you built.
Okay. So because a hat, it's basically a dome.
Yep.
So we created a dome,
Perfect.
and then so it's inside it's hollow like that,
Uh-huh.
and then this is.
Oh, it's great. Let's just get the door and everything.
So my name is
Just
Jack.
a second moment. This so you know, we'll give you a 4-minute. We got 5 minutes, and we'll give you a 4-minute warning. Okay. So you know that.
So my name is Jack.
My name is Matthew.
And I'm Nathan. So we're Team 3 Dynasty and team number 5249.
So, does anyone know how many chip eggs are produced by Canada? Or anything close to that? Well, Canadian schools make about 1.6 trillion Oz worth of Canadian chip bags a year. This is not including the chips. And can you imagine how many chip bags this is? Anyone? Well, it's about 250 average sized houses. All filled to the brim. Take away all your furniture. Filled to the brim with nothing but chips and chip bags. And Lay's has admitted to making a minimum of 13 million ounces of this for Canada alone. And this is huge. And do you guys know what the government's been doing about this? Well, they're doing nothing. They're just covering this up and saying, it's not a problem. We get an income of this from Lay's, and all of this is good. And this is actually a huge problem. And people like Will Hod, who is the founder of TerraCycle and 3D Brooklyn, have been collecting large amounts of chip bags and making them into beads, and the beads into wire. And he's been using the wire to feed into a 3D printer, and the wire therefore makes 3D printed items. And this uses a mass amount of chip bags all at once. And what can you do? What can I do? Well, here's our solution. And now,
So basically, we made a hat and some bag out of chip bags, because we wanted to use the waterproof feature mainly because some of the hats or the bags that we have are not waterproof and you get the things inside really wet. So basically, we made these products, and if these products happen to get onto the market, we have one way to be able to collect all of these chip bags. Going to a market or a grocery store, having people deposit the empty chip bags that is clean for 5 cents each. They get 5 cents in return, and then people from companies will bring them back and start making products out of it, and then be selling them. And so same goes with the hat and the bag. And the good things about the bag is that it reduces chip bags in a considered environment, which is really obvious. It's easily fixable and it's cheap to make, and you can make different size chip bags with depending on the amount of chip bags empty chip bags that you have.
And here also the sharing. Both Matthew and Jack actually asked some people. Jack asked people like how many would buy it. I think here one person would not buy anything. 5 would buy only the bag, none would only buy the hat, and 4 people would buy both the bag and the hat. He also asked what the price they think for the bag and hat should be. The people he asked said that it should be about $10 for the hat and $5.75 for the bag. Matthew also asked some people, 12 people, and then 9 of them said they would buy the product, and 3 of them said they would not buy the product, so it's product in general. And also he asked how many people would actually make the product. 6 people will make the product, 4 will not make the product, and 2 did not answer with anything.
So, do you have any questions for us?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I would like to know, what did you find out about this bag, for example, how to make this bag?
At first we got chip bags, so we thought, because we taking our inspired by just a few information that we thought, because chip bag is something that we have every day. Like for this picture, when we went to church, when we went to Nation's church, and we did a presentation there, and then so basically the kids were just like, oh, these are nothing, and they consume chips, but they just throw out the chip bags without thinking how it could harm the environment. So basically, we decided that maybe making bags, chip bags into bags. At first we made like a really simple one where we just put the sheets of chip bags into it, but then we realized that wasn't good enough, and it would start to get weaker as the days passed. So we decided we saw some online videos. Some people like made other things by interweaving. So we used that idea to make the bag. And with the hat, I just basically copied a normal hat that we wear by putting like how there's different sheets on it. There's like one part here, a big part here, and the front part.
We also got inspiration from one of my teacher's friends who's an engineer, and he gave us some ideas, such as using plastic wiring from old computers. You know how the computer cords to connect the monitor to the CPU. They have wires. Those are super strong, but then sadly they cost quite a bit, and they're already reusable. So we decided not to use them, and we stick to only chips.
So we basically heat seal them by melting, like using a machine that is about this big, and then it acts like it looks like a stapler, but then it basically starts to melt the chip bags to a point where it sticks onto another one.
Mm-hmm. Like that's the way they have to heat seal the bags in the factories too. So yeah.
So they're already designed to be sealed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It can also work if
that property.
it's mostly used for plastic, but then because chip bags are the other reason why we also did like chip bags is also because chip bags aren't recyclable because it has polyethylene, polypropylene, mylar, plastic, and a bit of aluminum, which plastic is 150 years to biodegrade.
Plastic by itself is already kind of recyclable, it's already melted down, but with the other chemicals inside there, it doesn't work. So.
What other sources of information did you use?
We used I went online, I went to the Vancouver Public Library, the online version, and I found an ebook, and it was talking about trash. And one part it showed me, this part it says that California law reduced material waste by 25% in 1995, and then another 25% in the 2000, and then another 25% in 2005.
You said you did, sorry.
Can I see the chip bag?
Thank you. You mentioned your market research you did was based on, you said 12 people? Was it 12?
This one is 12, and this one is,
Yeah.
yeah, I asked
And
them.
then the presentation.
Yeah.
And moved out to school online.
We watched some videos, we used some books, and we got some ebooks, and we saw blogs and some news websites.
Where were for the market research, where did you talk to the 12 people?
Oh, it was all my friends. So I did like an interview with my phone, obviously calling them, and I was asking them like if they would buy it, and I asked them like certain kind of questions like would they buy this product, would they buy that product, and why how much do you think this should cost on the markets? And I got like various different types of amount of money, and then I added it all together, and then I divided by the amount, and I got an average. Yeah.
And for message for people, I remember you sent messages to like 80 people on Google Plus.
No, just through email, and some of them just did not reply. Some of them said that I have no, and I don't want any involvement in this. And some gave me a very good answer, such as a quite reasonable amount, such as like $2 to $3 for a small bag.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, did they have an opportunity to actually
yeah, send them a picture.
a picture? They
Yes,
actually
and
had the
sizes.
opportunity to actually physically
Hold
hold
it,
it.
yeah. But I sent them measurements.
Okay.
Do you guys have any idea how much it would cost to make a bag?
Well, it would be cheap since you'll be able to get them. No one wants to keep the bags. The only annoying part is you usually have to make them by hand, unless you can make a very sophisticated machine to make it. So that
Yeah, it took me, I believe, this one was actually, it's not what I made, it's what my mom made, and it took her about 2 hours to make this one. But this one took me 3 to 4 hours to make.
You made that
And
one?
Yes, and not just this that I have to use, because you can't just make it stand up by your hand. You have to get a box, some elastic bands to keep it together, and then you have to use some springs to stick this onto the like sew it onto the bag.
Do you have to use a heat sealing machine
No.
for this? No.
Not really.
For the strips, because you want to make it really strong,
Oh,
and heat sealing it makes it like not pure plastic, but like it's kind of like it turns like most of the items into plastic, and it's really hard and it's like really strong. So I decided I just made strips out of it and then interweaved it to make the bag.
Oh, so you make the strips with the heat sealing machine?
Yes.
And there are people who probably not break. I remember Jack was actually able to put his computer inside there and it wouldn't break.
But then I put another thing in it and it broke.
Did you look at did you research whether there's machines available that would actually make
I have.
Yeah, he did.
There are not very cheap ones. They're all about a $5,000 to $10,000 range.
that they do exist?
Yeah, they do exist, but there are very few of them.
But the good thing is that it generates employment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly, I'm guessing mostly volunteer. Since with the money on average, these take like 1 to 2 hours. They wouldn't be enough to fulfill minimum wage. So unless you have a very big large assembly line, which I doubt would really work with these, so it has to be volunteer work.
Because I also thought, because sometimes if the chip bag breaks, like this bag breaks, you might want to fix it, but then you're like, oh, I don't remember how you fixed it. So then I decided like maybe if we could get some experts to be at certain grocery stores or certain places to help you fix these bags. So then you want to do it, but then you could also see how they make it, so the next time you don't have to go there and you can make it by yourself.
Or an alternative is to provide like a how-to manual, like so you bring it and you have a manual so you can make more of your own. or having like some public events where like a lot of people come to like make them and bring them home.
Well, that's excellent. Well, we have to wrap it up now, but thank you very much.
My name's Matthew.
And I'm Nathan.
So, the production of chip bags in Canada is a major problem because Canadian schools produce approximately 4.4 billion Oz worth of chip bags per day. And it's a major problem, and the Canadian government is not doing much about it. They're just managing other problems around our country. And this amount of chip bags that are produced by Canadian schools every day can fill approximately 250 houses. Remove all the furniture and everything. You just fill 250 houses flattened. And what are people doing about this? Well, people like Will Hod, he's the founder of TerraCycle and 3D Brooklyn. He collects chip bags, turns them into beads, and turns the beads into wire, and feeds the wire into 3D printers. Through this, he can create 3D printed items. And the law of California, the government of California has enacted a law where, starting in 1995, they reduced 25% of their full amount of garbage, and approximately every 5 years they do this again by reducing it by 25%. Scientists and students are also finding new ways, such as our way, to solve this problem. These are also some other solutions you can look up.
So why did we do chip bags? First of all, because it's Matthew said, it's a growing problem, not only in BC, in fact in many parts of the world, and also they're also washing up on BC shores, which are like Vancouver shores, like on the beaches. Also, they can be like biodegraded or recycled properly, and companies can make plenty of them in like just a very short amount of time, and like they hold super chemicals that, when released, can really damage the environment. And we asked the Lay's production company. They said that they make 18 million Oz per year, and that's only how much they emitted. So Oz, like ounces. So our solution is using the waterproof feature, because we found potential for these chip bags. They're waterproof, and not all hats are waterproof, or not all bags are waterproof. So basically we used the waterproof feature and made them into hats and bags. Now the pros about our bag, which is that like because they're made out of strips. If I can show you guys right here. This is our bag. Like, this is a small version of it, and it's made out of strips by interweaving, and like each strip is able to hold like 12.1 kg before it breaks. And then it reuses a lot of chip bags, because like you have to create them into strips, and then strips, it takes a long, and then you have to put them together to create one like bag. And then it's easily fixable. It's cheap to make. You can make different sized ones, depending on how many chip bags you have, and you can also store almost everything in it. Also, with our hats, because I made 100 hats, I was able to reduce 800 to 1,000 chip bags, like small sized ones, and like you could have like broken pieces of chip bags, like broken ones. You could put them together to create the hats, because these hats are made out of like parts, and each part you could like combine two different chip bags together. Also, but then the bad thing about our bag is that liquid will leak. Like, let's say there's water inside of it, it will come out because there's holes, and then when it's wet, it takes time to dry. If you want to make like a different size, you might require more than you have. And also, like, if there's one fall in the bag while you're making it, you need to redo everything. And it takes a long time to make it. It took me 3 hours at first to make this bag.
This little guy?
Yeah, this little guy, 3 hours. Also with the hat, it absorbs heat, which is not very good for the California's weather. So it absorbs heat. It's not gonna pull you down, but it does prevents water from going in. There's also when you make the hat, because like you can see sometimes because this is not flexible, sometimes it falls off. And because you need to use a lot of heat, that's how we made it. We use heat to melt it and then make them stick together. And like when you're making it, and you might become there might be smoke inside, which is bad for the person's health. And also there's when you first try making it, it's 1 hour and 15 minutes to make one hat.
Now for sharing, we did some emailing online, and then we asked some questions. One of the questions were, this is for about 10 people, but what happened was we asked what should the price of it be? The average price that they would recommend for the bag would be about $5.75, and then the average price for the hat would be approximately $10. We also asked how many would buy them. One person would not buy anything. 5 people would only buy the bag. No one would only buy the hat. And 4 people would buy both the bag and the hat. And then also we were able to contact the Lego community, post on the Lego forums in Google+. Currently, at the time of us checking, we got 248 reposts and approximately 500 likes. For each of our posts, we made about 5 of them. Also, here, Jack actually made his school's Mobile News, because he was trying to make approximately 100 hats. I don't know if you can access this thing.
It depends on if you're on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't think it's working.
Do you have the Wi-Fi, Matthew? No. Okay. Well,
and also with more sharing, we were able to give out, as you can see around Legoland, lots of people are wearing our hats. We were able to give out a bunch of the hats to everyone to sample our product and try wearing these. Speaking of giving you guys the hats, we actually have some for you guys here. So find one that fits you.
we have
I have a very big head, so.
and
We have a few bigger
and we
ones.
have some windmills that we made also out of chip bags. This is just for fun.
That's cute.
But it also kind of recycles.
It works.
It does.
If it's a bit smaller, there are a few other ones.
Yeah, this one's quite big.
Is this like a little windmill kit that you
Yeah.
got?
Oh yeah, we got that from what was it? Was Michael's.
Yeah. So, does anyone here have any questions?
So if that little bag took you 3 hours to make and you sell it for $5,
Well, no, this is a small version. This is the prototype. I have a bigger version. Just right now that I'm trying to fix it because there's a part that came off. I'm trying to fix that part.
How many bags did you say you
The
need
hat
to
one.
make that bag?
Depends on how big you want it to be.
Oh no, but specifically that one.
Specifically that one.
That size, yeah.
I think it's gonna be like 20-30 bags.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to create a hold-on strip, and then you have to cut it while you're making it.
so is there any provision in your town for just collecting bags only, or that's something that someone would have to actually do?
You're gonna have
What Jack had done was that he had a drive per se that he had at his own school, where he would collect the chip bags from from other classmates, and like I said,
And
earlier on, Canadian schools make 14.4 billion chip bags per day, and so if we were to collect every single one, it would be quite easy to make a large amount of these.
yeah.
like this is what it would be. This is the post that talked about how he was collecting it at school, but we couldn't open it because the Wi-Fi is not connected.
Right, well, it's one of those things that happens with presentations.
Yeah.
So back to that bag, it took you 3 hours to make it, and you
Yeah.
would get $5 for the bag, so you made
I
a
just-
dollar
I didn't
and a
sell-
quarter an hour, or $1.80 an hour.
I didn't actually just.
Over time, you get faster, such as the hats. It takes him about 15 minutes now.
In the beginning, it was like an hour, 15 minutes. So when you get more used to it, you go faster, and then
Did you do any studies to see how big the market is for these things? And what happens to them when they're done? Like if you wear your hat for a while to a game and something happens and it tears or whatever.
It's really easily fixable by reheat sealing them.
And what if I'm just tired of it and I want a new hat? Then what do I do with
You
that?
know, just sell it or give it to someone else that wear it.
Or like another way is that you can use these chip eggs to like, cause I did something because I had some leftovers by cutting those things. I actually melted them into pieces and made a ball out of it. I just didn't bring it today, but like I actually made like a ball that is like a solid ball that you can use to like play with.
They can.
Yeah.
One more thing. If you said that, if I didn't want your hat anymore, if it were to be too small, you could cut one of the slices open and
Add more stuff.
Put another
add
piece
another
inside.
strap.
Like put another piece inside, which
Make it bigger so it'll fit your head.
Okay.
All right. Well, we are reached our 10-minute mark, but I want to say thank you guys. A very good presentation, and I hope that you guys, continue to have fun today in Legoland. I know you guys came from far. So.
I didn't sleep the night when, like on Wednesday when we came. I didn't sleep at all.
Did you guys drive down?
No.
Good play.
Okay.
I just
It
didn't.
was difficult carrying all this stuff.
Yeah. I was scared to go, like the border people were gonna be like,
What is that?
what?
If it's in your suitcase.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's what happened to my sister once.
Probably
She was
legal.
bringing some of my stuff here and then she got checked, but
Probably legal. Probably.
yeah,
Oh,
probably.
It's a chip bag.
The thing
There's no
is,
liquid
when
in
you-
it. It should
the
be
thing
okay.
is- The thing is when you like smelt like make it like you heat it really hard.
What do you used to
solid.
heat them with?
It's a thing called heat sealer.
Oh,
Basically what it does is it has like a metal part and then it has cloth on top of it and there's rubber on the top handle and then you put the two items in, you press it down, it activates the heat, makes the metal hot and then the rubber keeps the heat inside, insulates it and then makes them melt and then when they melt, once it's exposed to air it instantly dries. So that way it makes it faster and easier to create these hats because like all of these parts, if you want to feel it, it's actually like,
Right.
it has like.
I saw that. That's why I asked. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.